So have it right. Up to Chelsea, up to Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. I hope everyone's doing well and winning live. Hope your family's good, all family, friends, all that jazz. Hopefully everyone is winning in life, which is the most important thing. First and foremost, guys, I want you to smash to pieces that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification button. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership, which is pinned in the description down below. And we've got the Minerals FC Extra channel. We've also got Eunice's channel, which is in the description. So click on his @ and you'll go straight to his channel and get all his latest uploads that he's been doing today and the day before. Guys, love to everyone. Respect to everyone in the chat. Make sure you do land your minerals in the chat. We're going to land minerals tonight. And big up to Eunice for coming on. And it's Eunice Talks Minerals on the Minerals FC. And I want to say this before we get rolling, yeah, all right? We don't do counselling. We don't deal with counselling on the Minerals FC because we don't negotiate with any therapists. We don't negotiate with any brown envelopes. We are the counsel on the Minerals FC and we call the shots and we tell the truth, bruv. And that's what we do, bruv. All right. So respect. How are we doing, Eunice, before we get rolling, bruv? Are we all well?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Thanks for having me on again. Shout out to the chat. And yeah, man. It's never ending, same old story, really, now, isn't it? So yeah, we're gonna get into some good detail on this one. And but yeah, apart from that, there's been no Chelsea, there's been no football that we're focusing too much on. I've been good. Life's been good. We're gonna get stressed tomorrow.
Yeah, well, listen, on that note, tomorrow's game, I don't want to hear no excuses. We have to win. We need to get that final. If we've got any sort of aim to try and get some sort of trophy, even it is the bottom of the barrel of trophies, it's their only gateway into the Europa League or whatever it's Conference League. Yeah, that's their only gateway to it because of the shambles we are at Chelsea Football Club. But there's no excuses. They've got 11 injuries, so they've got some players back. They've got 4 players back from injury, Middlesbrough. You know, oh, wow, you know, they're a little bit more strengthened. So let's see what happens. I expect them to park the bus. I expect them to hold on to their 1-0 and try and nick another goal. I think the first goal is the most important factor for both teams. I think if Middlesbrough get the first goal, then it's looking doom and gloom for us at Chelsea. If we get the first goal, it's game on. It's as simple as that. So I expect us to win. Yep. I don't accept anything other than a win. Let's be real. But the way we are, everything's circling around the club. You just don't know. A cup game, this is a cup final. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
No, it's true. You never know. And I agree with that. And this is why, look, I think surely we win tomorrow, man. Come on, it's Middlesbrough. Yeah. And, you know, it's at the Bridge. They got 11 men out. Like you said, though, they're better shape than they were in the first leg. They had 12 out in the first leg and then 2 more during the game. Now they got 11 out, so they're a little bit better. We've got a couple of injuries, but come on, it's Middlesbrough and it's at home. Surely, as you said, we get that first goal. I think it's curtains. I wouldn't think there's a way back. But that's the beautiful thing now with Chelsea is that you never know. You never know. So yeah, we'll see when it all unfolds tomorrow. But yeah, I'm expecting a Chelsea win. If we don't get that, then season's finished. People are going to talk about European places and European spots, mate. If we can't get past Middlesbrough, I probably don't want a European spot. Like at that point, just what's the point? What's the point?
I don't think that they have grasped the fact that if we do get into Europe for next season, in the state that we are, there is no way this squad is capable of challenging in Europe, playing European midweek games and playing Premier League when other teams are going to strengthen. It's going to hurt us in the league. The league is our bread and butter, whether we like it or not. With Roman Abramovich, we always got the top 4. That was just a minimum bare requirement at Chelsea. Yeah. And we were doing that before these clown lakes come through the door. But, you know, let's see what happens. I mean, let's see if we get knocked out of this, and God forbid we get knocked out of the FA Cup with Aston Villa, the season's over. As far as I'm concerned, the season's over anyway. I said, start of the season, at best, we will get 8th position, at best, all right? I also said, I don't accept anything less than top 4, all right, and 2 trophies, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. And the reason I say that is you spent $1 billion, all right? There's no excuses. Yeah. We're 18 months in now, and we are a shambles. And that's the reality. There's no other way to look at it. So in terms of what I want this show to be about, is to call out the reality of the situation, because like the brown envelopes love to push the same narrative 24/7. People get tired of, oh, Johnny's saying this and now Eunice is saying the same old thing. Well, it has to be relentless. It has to be non-stop, because if it's not, then it just fizzles out. People forget about it, and then they get blindsided by the constant timeline of this nonsense PR that is being shoveled down everyone's throats. And that's the reality of the situation. So today, the first topic of the day is the fact that we've got loaned players who have gone on loan in Moraes, whatever his name is. We got Cassidy. Who's the other two other loanies, Eunice, that are coming back?
We had Moreira came back from Lyon.
Yeah.
Cassidy came back from Leicester.
Yeah.
We've had, who else, man? There's been one or two more.
They can't be that big for us to not even know their names. Do you know what I mean? It's a joke. Yeah.
But yeah, Cassidy was the main one, because that was a bit of a surprise. No one really expected that.
Because
Moreira from Lyon. Huh?
He's doing all right at Leicester. Not bad.
You know what? I thought the same.
Oh, Andre Santos. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Santos. Yeah, but he was the first one. Like, that wasn't recent, so we've known about that one, and he's come back. So yeah, there's that. But with Cassidy, it's actually mad. I was under the impression that he was all right out there and everything was going smoothly. Apparently not. You look at Leicester reaction, Leicester fans, and they're either not fussed or they weren't happy with him. They just he just wasn't delivering.
This is very worrying, Eunice. All right,
it is.
I didn't tell you about. I don't know if I did. I might have messaged you about Santos. So basically, what happened with Santos is he got sent back first, right? Yeah. With Fofana, Datro Fofana.
That's another one.
Already gone. Yeah. He's gone on loan, isn't he? So he's gone. Santos is coming back, and Ted Lasso Bowling, Siri Merchant, and CLOWNLAKE have ordered Pochettino to put Santos into the first team training with contention to play in the first team squad. And he's turned around and said he's not ready. All right. They're also going to do that with Moreira, whatever his name is. Yeah. All right.
Well, no, he'll go straight into the under 21, surely.
What's that?
He'll go into the under 21, surely. Because he's 19 and he's not good enough. Like, we know that.
Well, we know that. Poch knows that, but these clowns don't care, Eunice, is my point, is that they want to get them to have game time because they've sent them on poor loans. I mean, really, Lyon's not a bad loan. That's not a bad loan. Lyon's a decent club, you can learn from now. They've terminated his loan, all right? They don't want him. He's had 4 appearances, mate, yeah? And then you got Cassidy, all right, who's again, like you said, Leicester haven't really been too fussed with him, but he's had some little moments. They're thinking that they're going to be the saving grace at our football club to come in and help us, kick on this season. It's delusion, bruv, because they're not even as good as Enzo and Casado, all right? No. And these lot ain't even performing at a level. So what we're doing here, my point is this simply, right? These are AI scout byproducts. These players, these loans. They're not even good enough at their loan clubs to get a sniff, but yet we're putting them into the Chelsea first team training. All right, we're putting them to come with a squad, in bolstering our squad size, which doesn't need to be like that. It needs to be condensed and tight.
Exactly.
Right, because they bought poorly. They don't know what they're buying, and they're buying these so-called AI scouting wonder kids. They're not wonder kids. They're not actually that good. So this is where we are, and it's worrying. It's concerning because they're on long contracts. They're not getting the right development. The ones that are the recruitment team and Kerrigan, Winstanley, Stuart Little, and these guys, and all the ones that make the final decisions on where they go on loan, what's their development path, they haven't got a Scooby what to do. They've just bought these players based on data and AI. It's very worrying, Eunice. All right, and they're not going to back down. They keep. I mean, just now I've just seen we're looking at a 14-year-old Brazilian because Man City are after him, on Barcelona and Real Madrid after him. He's 14 years old. I've got it here. Kidding. All right. I'm going to read you his name so you know I'm not waffling. All right. His name is.
So it's not going to go younger.
Guilherme Ruck.
What's his name?
Guilherme Ruck, Argentinian, 14 years old. 14 years old, mate. Yeah.
Oh, what are we doing?
Kindergarten FC, Epstein FC, you name it. He's ticking on just fine at Chelsea Football Club. All right. He's just mad, mate. He's mad. And do you know what the scary thing is, Eunice? Is that they've got no money. They're penny pinching and they're going about financial fair play. Why? Let's ask ourselves, why are we in this situation? Because you're blown $1 billion, mate. And you don't even know what you're blown $1 billion on. A bunch of 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 15-year-olds. It's a joke. And like we got no first team. These kids are going into the first team. They're not even good enough to get in Chelsea's first team. They're not even good enough to get into our under 23s or under 22s, under 21s at Cobham. Yeah, they've got a gateway, an immediate gateway to our first team, and it's Poch, make it work, or you're getting sacked, which is a budget Roman model. It's very worrying, bruv. Yeah.
No, it is. And you've made one point which is clear here, is that what we're doing is we're bringing back these. Well, whether we're bringing them back, we're recalling, or these clubs are sending these players back. But we do that, and then they get shoved into the first team squad, and then we're increasing the size. We end up back in the same situation we were in under Graham Potter, and that was the one issue. That was the one excuse that Potter, the club, everyone had, which you couldn't deny. Was the size of the squad was ridiculous. We had 3 teams basically training at Cobham. So we're going to do that now, but this time we're going to have a bunch of youngsters in the squad, because we can't ship them off. It's like Moreira, for example. Moreira can't go on another loan. So he's been sent back from Lyon. He can't go back on another loan for the season. That's legally, by the rules. He has to stay at Chelsea. So this is what I'm saying. If he has to develop, the only route for him is to go to the development squad. But it's a waste. It's a waste of what could have been. Do you know what I mean? And I understand there are some people that say, look, Lyon have had 3 managers. There's been a mad shift over there because they're in such a situation. Fair enough. But when the common theme here that I look when we're analysing the loan business of the club is it doesn't look like we're finding correct clubs for these young lads, where there's an agreement in place. We know exactly what amount of minutes he's going to be getting. He's going to be used. There isn't competition in that position. So then there's a risk that he might not play, like Santos at Forest. Mate, they had 5 midfielders or whatnot. What are we doing sending them to Forest? Do you know what I mean? That should have been due diligence. That should have been homework before agreeing to send him off to Forest when there was a risk that he wouldn't be selected. We're having all these clubs sending back these players, which has that as a problem. But at the same time, it could just tell us, as you've said, that they're not good enough. And if they're not good enough, well, what did we buy? What did we buy?
Time at Chelsea, elite football club. We see things they'll never see. Shout out Chelsea Old Boys, yeah? We are the biggest club in London, all right? And we are not a farming, developing club. We can do it behind the scenes. We can do it at the academy, but you're not meant to do it with the first team, all right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to bring something up, and I'm ashamed of myself that I let this one go under the radar, all right? But I'm going to expose someone tonight, and someone that no one talks about, all right? And the person I'm going to expose comes under Blue Co, all right? Now, Blue Co, is what everyone knows, is a consortium made up, yeah? You got Todd Lasaboli, CLOWNLAKE Capital, Wise or Wiz, whatever, the 5% merchant, and another individual that no one's mentioned.
No,
you know
I've not mentioned this. No, who?
Is a name called Mark Walter.
Oh, I know Mark Walter.
Yeah.
He's with Todd Bowley.
Yeah. This guy, mate, he owns the Women's Hockey League. He owns the league. He's in the Lakers. He's in everything. This guy, yeah.
So him and Bowley have a partnership where they've bought stakes together in the Lakers, the Sparks, and the Dodgers.
Yeah.
This
guy's bad news because this guy's all about making the money, and he's pushing it with Ted Lasaboli. But everyone puts the face as Ted Lasaboli. Then they move it to Egg Barley. No. Walters, I call him Walker's Crisps because he crumbles like that, how he is at Chelsea. Yeah. Mark Walker's Crisps. Yeah. And then you got Jose Feliciano and you got Siri Merchant Barley. They're the main players in the game. And Todd Bowley with Mark Walters are a tag team together. Everything they do. He's the one, he's that silent partner in the background, which are the dangerous ones for us at our football club. And I want to expose these wrong-uns for what they are, is that this whole multi-kid project, this Kindergarten FC, super youth team, maximise profits, commercial direction, globalisation, build a stadium, maximise profits, copy Red Bull, Brighton and all this, right? It comes from them collectively together because they're all singing and dancing from the same tune, all right? But let's bring this up. Jim Ratcliffe has not even been at Manchester United for not even 5 minutes, sat 5 hours with the supporters group at Man United and said the key words, I'm not here, it's not about making money, it's about bringing Manchester United where they belong and making us win and being successful. That's what he told them. 5 years, getting to know, 5 months, getting to know, 5 hours, getting to know the supporters, their vibes, their feedback. What's he gone and done, Eunice? There's been no PR, there's been no transfer links. He's brought in, let's bring it up. I'll tell you exactly what he's gone and done. All right? Because this is how you run a football club. He's brought in from Manchester City, Omar Berrada, who was also from Barcelona.
Also before City,
Yeah. Straight away, they got a COO. Straight away. They're building a structure behind the scenes.
And
what did Ted Lassaboli do? I'm going to play sporting director. I'm going to go out in the market. We're going to have great meal, wonderful food. Yeah. We're going to all sit down and smoke our cigars, just like Johnny Minerals does. Yeah. And we're going to go out and spend 635 million, and we don't know what we're doing. And we're going to sack Thomas Tuchel. We're going to bring in Jellyfish Potter, and we're going to build a super youth team. Yeah, that's what we're going to do at Chelsea. No, you don't run a football club like that. You get the right structure. You bring in elite sporting directors, communication points, and a cohesive hierarchy to put you in the right direction to be successful where, Eunice? On the field.
100%. You know, Omar Berrada, if you actually look at, there was a really nice video of him when he was at City. And obviously he just left City. So, but just for context, for those that don't know, he is the COO of the City Group and has been since 2016. So since Pep walked in, which is ironic, that's kind of like the bridge that made it happen because, as you said, he was at Barca before that. So 2016, he's been COO. And when you look at what Man City have done since 2016 onwards, under Pep, it's been ridiculous. It's just crazy. But they've got a beautiful blend between football and business. And there's a clip of him talking about that importance and how you need to be able to balance both together. Yeah. You can't abandon one for the other. And he was stressing it like you have the football side and you have the business side. His words, he actually said it like that. The football side and the business side. And both need to be working successfully together.
Aligned.
There's a blend between the two. And I'm like, yes, right, okay. See, this is why City are doing what they're doing. This is why, even if they have a multi-club model, they're doing it correctly, not at the expense of Manchester City, but they're making sure that after they've set everything up correctly and they've got everything established for their flagship team, if you want to call it that, because there has to be a flagship team in a multi-club model. You can't have the umbrella. It's a flagship team, which in our case should be Chelsea, and then everything else follows. Look at what they've done in 2017. They got in Girona. And look at Girona now. Yeah. Man City are still killing it, but look at Girona now in La Liga. They're top. They're fighting with Real Madrid. They won 5-1 two nights ago. Crazy. That's a model. And he oversaw all of that. Man United, in 5 minutes, as you said, under Jim Ratcliffe, Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we need you at United. Job done. Mate, they've snapped him from Man City. He's got the best, easiest job in the world right now. You know, he doesn't need to go anywhere. Some people are going to say it's about the 115 charges. That's why he's left. When you look at Omar Barada in relation to the charges and what they actually made for when he had no involvement, he's safe. Now, Manchester City, yeah, perhaps they could face punishment and he would have to rectify that. But maybe if he wants to jump ship because he thinks City as a club might suffer a little bit. But right now, there's no evidence to show what's going to happen. So he's jumped to Man United. What an acquisition. That's moving serious. And that reminded me of when we got Peter Kenyon from Man United in 04, when Roman snapped Peter Kenyon to make him sporting director. Technical director.
Mentality.
Same
ambition.
level.
Yeah. And that's where United should be, the stature of the club that they are, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And he knows eventually, if it works, he's going to buy out the Glazers piece by piece. But what I'm talking about is there was no PR. No one knew about this deal happening. And it's probably going to be the biggest deal of the reign for Ratcliffe taking control of the football decisions at Manchester United. It's going to be the most important acquisition at their club. What have we done? Bowley, now Egbali. We bring in Brighton mid-level, Monaco level directors, and we need what? 2 directors? Why do we need 2 directors? They've never worked for an elite club. He's built up Manchester City. Yeah, he's built up Manchester City. He knows the blueprint. Now, Ratcliffe's spoken. I've looked at Chelsea. And I want to implement the multi-club model. Yeah, but they're going to do it the right way, how it should be done, and it's not going to be at the expense of the first team at Manchester United. The only difference I will say in why he's doing it that way and why all the other clubs that are up there with the ambition is that he's not just there for 10 years. Our owners are here for just 10 years. So everything's like McDonald's, fast food lane. You got to get it through fast track, quick as possible. Dish it out, land it, and get out and sell it for double the money. That's exactly what they're doing, because let's have it right. As Joseph Feliciano said, it was a too good of an opportunity at a low price to acquire Chelsea Football Club. And we're going to put the business model and increasing the value as a priority over there's winning or losing on the field. That's not ambition. When people go, oh, they're ambition owners, look at them spending all the money. Spend the money on what? What have you spent the money on? Nothing. What? Elite? What's elite? Name me one elite player that we've bought. That's top level, not just potential. I'm not talking about potential. I'm talking about finished article players. We haven't. We haven't got a spine. We haven't got a core. You know, in the defense, we could have got like now. Go and get a Bastoni. Go and get a Marquinhos. Go and get a Barella. Go and get an Osimhen. Go and get me what's his name? Winger, some top class winger. Go and spend the money that way. The bottom line is they can't do it, Eunice, now. They spent too much money. All right. And I want to bring. Go on. You do it while I get the tweet.
Right, no, I was going to say really quick, because it's a good point you've just brought up. They're actually going down the route. Potter said this in press conferences. It's been made public by journos that the finances are fine. And we're in FFP. Everything's all good. We're not having to sell because of FFP. Everything's lush. So when I hear that, I'm like, all right, well, there's no excuse not to spend it.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
But you reckon that they are skint.
Yeah.
So either what everyone's being told is wrong, or they have the money and they're not going to spend it on what they need to spend it on.
Yeah. Right now they're relying on Conor Gallagher, Broha, Trev Chalobah. Matson's out the door. By the way, Matson starting for Borussia Dortmund and played a wonderful ball for an assist, yeah? All right?
Yeah.
But he's not good enough to play at Chelsea when we've got Chilwell and Cucurella out. Make it make sense. It's all about the profit. So those Cobham boys are all going to be sold, all right? Eventually, whether it's now or whether it's in the summer.
In the summer, yeah.
And that's pure profit, which will allow them to go in the market again. And I'm sort of glad in a way that it's not now, because if it's now, they're going to go and blow money, and I don't trust these clowns to spend any more money and just have us lockheads right now in the fact that we won't be able to go in the market. I want to bring up this from Fabrizio Romano, the Kingpin Brown envelope himself. Says, Chelsea have done some smart business by signing many players, many young talents, sending them on loan and then selling at the right moment. Even last summer, I think they did an excellent job with the outgoings, bringing in good fees for players like Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, and it was absolutely needed from a technical and financial point of view. That rattles me. I'll tell you why that rattles me, Eunice, yeah? Good profits from Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, yeah? And you've downgraded on these players. You haven't brought us quality to replace these players, all right, that are so-called not good enough for Chelsea win the Champions League, Super Cup, Club World Cup, yeah? Let's have it right, Fabrizio Romano, yeah? You lied about the Mason Mount deal. I caught you by the short and curlies, mate, yeah? You're an absolute liar. You had to backtrack on your tweets about Mason Mount, all right? He wants to force himself out. He was forced out by the owners who refused to offer him a proper contract of a 5-year contract. Instead, they offered him a 1-year extension. He didn't talk about that. But where I want to talk about is they've done great business. He's the mouthpiece for these clowns because he's the biggest platform when it comes to recycling news, putting out transfer news. They've used Fabrizio Romano as a tier one to put out this nonsense, absolute nonsense PR, right? My thing is this, yeah? They had to do it because of FFP. Why did they have to go and do it because of FFP? Because they came in and spent 635 million in 2 transfer windows. We were all right with Roman, FFP-wise. We had no issues. And then they bring up the Roman nonsense about Eto'o, Hazard and Willian, which happened 10 odd years ago, to try and tarnish Roman Abramovich, to make an excuse. This is why we're struggling with FFP, because of those deals. It's an absolute farce, fugazi, absolute lie, all right, when the reality is they spent that money irresponsibly without a proper director of football, sporting director like Man City have gone and got now, Man United have gone and got now from Manchester City, all right. That's the reason we are having to tread carefully on the books, and they still haven't rectified it. That's why we can't go in the market and sign an Osimhen. We can't go and get a striker. We still have to rely on selling Cobham players. But Eunice, what happens when you sell all those Cobham players? Where's the value elsewhere in Cobham? Because you're not using it. And most of these players want to leave now anyway, because there's no gateway, because they're seeing young kids coming in. They've got a gateway on astronomical fees for the age they are. So once that money's gone on Gallagher, Broha and Trev Chalobah, that's it. There's nothing left to get any profits to rectify what? Their mistakes. It's like mistake after mistake after mistake. And that's why we're in the position we're in. And they're not prepared to change that. You have to change it. You talk about sacking Pochettino, you've got to sack the model. That's the most important thing. All right. You need to bring me a Jose Mourinho, mate. Yeah. I want a Jose Mourinho, a come to Chelsea Football Club, restructure, right? Lay the foundations like he did with Roman Abramovich. We were successful because of Jose Mourinho coming in when he did under Roman Abramovich. That was the moment Chelsea's mentality stemmed from Roman, obviously, and he continued that. But that was the foundations at Chelsea Football Club to go on the dominance that we did. We are crying out for it, Eunice. I know you want Jose. We want him. We need him. And I don't believe the bangers and mash waffle that they put out with a PR that, Todd Bowley and CLOWNLAKE want to bring Jose Mourinho. If that's the case, do it now, mate. What are you waiting for?
He's available,
yes, man.
Exactly. He's available. So like, you're completely right. And the key thing here is that, look, we have been, you've spoken, I've now, started to try and put through that whilst there is still at least a bit of time, look to change the model and the strategy. And if you do that, then fair enough. And what's done is done. But it doesn't look like they want to do that. There isn't an inkling whatsoever that they're going to pivot or they're going to try and divert or do something different. In fact, it looks like they're doubling down. And that's the concern, that we're just going to keep going with this crazy. And you know what's mad? When you talk about FFP and all of that, with the whole possible investigation that's going on with Chelsea, right? I'll tell you, we better get punished. Because if we don't, and that investigation finds that there's nothing, then these owners that put it forward to the Premier League that, oh, no, look, this is what we found and this is what we found. It wasn't even the Premier League that knew about whatever has been so-called discovered about the Willian deal or Conte or Eden Hazard and all that back then. If they come back and go, no, Chelsea are fine, no worries, then the whole thing's just been a sham.
It was all to make Roman look like the villain. That's
that exactly. That's where I would lean. And I'm like, I'd honestly be like, well, we've wasted all this time and possibility to just try and darken an image of Roman from before. No. If we do get punished and something's happened and whatnot, then we'll see what happens later. I honestly think that we'll probably get something, but we don't know what's going to happen. So these owners need to look at the strategy and the way that we're moving about our business. And it just doesn't look like they want to. In fact, as you've said, we're chasing more. We're starting to go down in age. First, it was 17, 16. Then there was talk about a 15. Now we're talking about 14-year-olds. I'm telling you, man, we're going to get to the womb.
We are. We're going to be going to sperm banks.
100%. Yeah, man. We'll have Chelsea scouts at St. Thomas's, watching all the babies fly out, picking each one that they think's got potential. It's gonna be crazy, man.
And they're using Ben Jacobs, Toothpick Jacobs. They're using Fabrizio Romano. They're using Nizar Kinsella to push out. Chelsea are prepared for 35 million to sell Broha, and they'll let him go on loan. So you're willing to let our striker go now when we still haven't got Jackson back, who's still not landing it. All right, and we've got no backup as a striker, and not bring us a striker in is absolute suicide. Yeah, because
no, it's fine. We can stick Cole Palmer up top as a false nine.
Yeah. Play Cole Palmer as a false nine. Yeah, then he's not involved in the creativity because he's playing a false nine, like we did with Kai Havertz. And you don't play them in the best positions, you don't get the best results. We assembled the squad. They assembled the squad cluelessly, bro.
Mate,
don't know how to build a team. It's not about
on top of that. We'll wait for Nkunku to come back from injury, play him up front every game, then he'll get injured again, and then we'll be left with nothing.
On that note, Eunice, I want to bring that up. Where are the French journalists? They're in the pocket of CLOWNLAKE. Where are they? Apparently, he's coming back for the Middlesbrough game. The first leg, he was meant to be back in the Middlesbrough game. No, he's not. He's not back. He's not played the Fulham game.
For the Fulham game. Yep.
Yeah, and the Fulham game. And now he's nowhere near his rehabilitation.
I thought he'd be back for this one. I can't lie. I thought second leg, that's enough time, right? Because when Rahman Osman came out and said what he said, 2-3 weeks, that was like, okay, cool. For second leg, he'll be back, no problem. He's not back. Rahman got it absolutely spot on, and the French journos just, I don't know what they heard or what they were told to put out,
It's what they're told, Eunice. Let's have it right. It's what they're told. All right, they're told what to say. And the reason is, I want people that are watching to understand the reason why. And I said it when it first happened, and I'm spot on with it. Yeah, I don't waffle, mate. Yeah, all right. If you like waffles, go and get a breakfast or something. Yeah, but there ain't no waffles here, mate. Yeah, and if we serve up waffles, we've got lovely poached eggs on there, mate. Yeah, so the yolk can just literally pour onto it, brother. And you bellissimo, lovely,
mate,
yeah. Hello, Fabrizio Romano, you waffle merchant, yeah.
Eggs Royale.
So
come on.
The reason they did it, is because they knew at that point when the news first broke out that he was going to be out for 3 weeks. The French journalists came back in and they said, "Oh no, he's fit to play. He's not got an injury." Pochettino came out and said he's got a hip injury. Right. Then these journalists came out. Rahman also said what he said in the morning, and these French journalists came out of the blue and they said what they said. Lies. Yeah. Brandon lies. The reason they did that is the 3 weeks to go to the end of the transfer window in January. And what that does is they've publicly made it known that they are relying on Nkunku to save their season. They believe that he's the missing piece for us to kick on and challenge it for whatever we want to challenge for this. He's not. They lied. Rahman's proved right. And the reason is we're slowly now coming to the end of the transfer window. They wanted to make the excuse that they didn't need to go in the market to buy a striker or wait till the summer because then Nkunku's ready and fit. The reality is it's biding them time because they don't have the dinero, mate, to go out there and buy an Osimhen right now because they have to rely on selling players first. That's the real reason why the French journalists brought out this Nkunku, created some controversy, created, is it true, is it not true? Let's mud another journalist who's actually goes to all the press conferences, and let's question him instead of questioning these random French journalists. No, you're in the mud, you're in the bin, you're in the woods, and we know your game, which leads me on to this, Eunice, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, which I've known about this, but I'm going to read it out. Liam Tanney, The Athletic. Everyone knows who Liam Tanney is. Here he is. It's Liam Tanney. So the Todd Bowley CLOWNLAKE business model relies on being able to sell players to meet salary demands and create accounting room for new signings. This is due to the absence of shiny new stadium or stratospheric commercial growth, which is why we're restricted right now, because you've already blown $1 billion. Simon Jordan, it's a net spend of 600. I don't care, mate. I don't care what the net spend is. The bottom line is you spent $1 billion. You sold our entire Champions League winning team pretty much. So that money's been recouped. But you ain't going to recoup any more money like that because we've got no one in the squad that's of value for you to sell anymore because you brought us all underage kids that are not good enough and need developing. We ain't got no time to develop. My point is this. The fast track, McDonald's fast lane model is let's get the stadium built. All right? We need to agree with the Chelsea pitch owners. Chelsea pitch owners have already come out rejecting what their plans are. They want to move. Chelsea don't want to move. The supporters probably don't want to move. Some might not. Now we're back to square one. They're always in their second year reign. It takes 6 years to build a stadium. That takes a total, if they get it done now, 8 years of their reign to have a new stadium. That's running close to 10 years. All right. They're relying on the rebuilding of the stadium to increase the value of Chelsea Football Club. So when they sell it in 10 years, they can do that. The only way they've done that is by building their so-called super youth team, because they can't build a stadium for the billions that it is and sign a team worth of billions of elite players to win and challenge both together. Arsenal couldn't do it, and you saw how they struggled. They struggled for a long period of time, and even they weren't as bad as we are right now, spending less money because they built their stadium. And Tottenham Hotspur, the bottle jobs that they are, they built their stadium. Now they're just cashing in money, concerts, Beyonce, Jay-Z, all them melts that are doing their concerts to make money, NFL games and all that. That's the route they want to go because it's great for monetizing content and all that jazz. The bottom line is this. I knew this model, and I told everyone about this model and the fact that they will sell in 10 years. That is why we are getting this out now from The Athletic. It's too late, Liam Tanney. It's too late for you lot to publicise this, like the Mirror publicised the AI scouting. We told you about the AI scouting how long ago? And now the Mirror are publicising it. But that's just the Mirror. People don't take it serious. Take it seriously, mate, because there's no other elite clubs. And do you know what the headline was? Manchester United are behind with AI scouting. You're having me on. You think Man United are solely going to focus on AI scouting, bruv? What are we doing here?
It's a joke. And when you're talking about the stadium and whatnot, it's quite an issue because it's funny. A lot of people don't want to believe. I wouldn't say a lot. The ones that don't want to believe that these owners are purely financially motivated, right? And they're just money first, football later. Use the reasoning, which at face value makes sense, of, well, if we don't win, we don't make money, right? That's how it works. Wrong. And the example is exactly what we've known for ages. How come when we remember when we had Roman and we were talking about a new stadium and we saw the blueprint and we saw all of that, what was it that we found out about Tottenham with their new stadium? They make more money than us. But when did they win anything? They don't win anything. They never win anything. So it's not about winning, but they're in profit. And they're in profit because they've got a nice new stadium and they're getting all these events in and whatnot, but they're in profit. They don't have to win to make money. So we can be profitable on a financial level without winning. It can be done, right? In the same way that you can win without generating much money. If you have the money there and you just spend it and you're not really bothered about profits, which to be honest, when it did come to us and the way we were moving with Roman, we were more focused on success than making profit. We weren't really fussed on that. It was like a little bonus on top if we did it. And that's where there was some criticism with Roman. But to say that it can't be done, Tottenham are a prime example of a team that's making money and then don't win anything. We'll go down that route.
And they're using Chelsea's recent success, Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup, 2.5 years ago, and all of the success that we've had under Roman for that 18-year period, where they've got enough time in 10 years to milk that and make money off that. So then the new owner comes in, and I pray, bruv, that we get some Saudi investor that just doesn't care about making money, and will just do whatever it takes for Chelsea to win and be the best in the world, bruv. Yeah. The reality is, I don't think that the FA will allow it. I think we are truly in the mud. I think Chelsea are on a massive decline. I don't see where the success is coming from. There is you look at our team and you just know. If you're not going to put experience in that team, you're not going to bring winning mentality into that team, an elite gaffer, then what are you going to rely upon? Time. We don't have time. You just don't get time. There's no guarantees these players are going to develop to what you think they're going to develop to, or they'll get injured. How many injuries we've got, Eunice? We've got Gusto out now, another right back out. Yeah. Yep. We've got no Cucurella. Chilwell's coming back, but you're going to rush him in. He's probably not even going to play Chilwell left back. He'll probably play Colwill, and he's going to play, what's his name? Disasi. Yeah, Disaster right back. Yeah.
That's to happen.
And then you'll play what's he going to play? Badiashile? Is Badiashile back? I don't even think he's back, is he?
Yeah, no, he is. He's there.
So play Badiashile, Thiago Silva. Same old midfield. You've got no other choice because your squad depth's poor. All right. Lavia's out. You're going to play Chilwell left wing. Exactly. And then it's like, you've got Mudryk, a 90 million, 80 million pound player. Where's his development? You might as well send him on loan. How many wingers we got in this? Do you know we got about 8 wingers? You know that. But what quality? It's what crazy. Level?
Yep, exactly. And we haven't got one standout proper winger that we can like he's cemented. Like, yeah, he's not moving. We ain't got.
The only one you can say is Cole Palmer.
Even Sterling.
Cole Palmer and Sterling. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, Cole Palmer. Fair play to him.
Yeah.
But we're talking like in and out wingers. I mean, Sterling's there by default. If we're being honest. Sterling's there because he's one of the seniors and he's meant to be in his prime and he's got experience. That's about it. But if we're talking levels, if we had a serious winger, he'd probably be benched.
And talking on Mudryk, all right. Ted Lasso Barry match, and they want to hire bodyguards as protection for the for Paez and Casado.
Oh yeah.
What about Mudryk? What about Mudryk? Does he not? When you got a war in Ukraine, but we don't hear nothing of the sort.
We don't. Well, yeah, we don't hear anything about that anymore.
Right.
It's
blown over, is it?
Exactly. Yeah. No, you know what?
Caught in the wind.
Basically, it's mad. Like when you're looking, you know what? The stadium point is actually a really interesting one because. Do you remember with Roman, we were talking about a new stadium? We even had a blueprint. We had the pictures of what the architect's design would look like. Remember, like the old cathedral sort of look that we had going? It was like, all right, this is going to happen. Now we've bought out the mansions behind the bridge where the pensioners were staying, right? We've bought out that little land, haven't we? Stall, if I'm not mistaken, Stall Mansions. We've bought that little land out. Why can't we just get the redevelopment going at the bridge then?
Right.
But we're not hearing anything because look, that would sort the problem with the Chelsea pitch owners because we're not relocating. If we've got the same freehold on the land that's there, then we can just build on that land again. The CPO don't have to bother about anything. They're still running the bid.
I don't think it makes them enough money what they want to make.
I was going to say, I only want to stay at Stamford Bridge. If not, we would have come to a solution by now. Surely, we already resolved what would have happened under Roman in terms of the logistics, the train tracks, the underground, all that going on around the bridge, which can make it difficult. But if we were able to buy even more land, then what's the holdup? You know, but I honestly think that we want to relocate somewhere, try and build a mega stadium somewhere else, and they're probably not even fussed where it is because Earls Court's it's not going to happen. Earls Court will be perfect, but it's not going to happen.
So they put out Friday's annual meeting of Chelsea pitch owners, the PLC run by fans, which has owned the freehold to the pitch since 1993 and is a key stakeholder in any rebuild. It was clear that the club is back to the very start again. So that means everything's pushed back further and they need to put that money in to build the stadium. Well, as it goes now, do you honestly believe CLOWNLAKE, Ted Lassaboli, Walters, Wise, do you honestly believe that the Chelsea pitch owners and the supporters have any trust in what you want to do? You've got the Hilton being advertised in the Matthew Harding end at a women's game. Oh, it's not used. I don't care. It's a PR platform at Chelsea now. We've got Hollywood at Chelsea. We've got Hollywood promo at Chelsea. You know, Roman did it with Samson, but we were sponsored by Samson. This is an external party of the Golden Globes that is external to Chelsea, all right? And Todd Bowley's taking the mick and taking advantage of the platform at Chelsea to advertise it there. They've got no interest of building a winning machine on the field. Their only interest is monetary. And it's coming closer and closer where the supporters are buying, they're understanding what's happening because they haven't got no interest to change their model. They've got no interest in wanting to understand what the supporters want. This whole eye of the fan is an eye of garbage, bruv. There is no eye of the fan. It's the eye of the CLOWNLAKE pockets that counts. And that's the problem we got at Chelsea.
You're right.
Like, there is no trust in the project. There is no trust on the field alone. There's no trust on the field. There's no patterns of play. There's no progression. There's no development. There's no... listen, as bad as Spurs are, the bottle job club that they are, do you honestly think right now, the way I look at it, is the supporters are buying into Andrew. They're buying into the brand. They're buying into the signings. They're building a unity. They're becoming unified. Arsenal, same thing with Lego Head. They feel unified. They're onto something. They're building towards something. You're going to get murmurs here and there, granted. There is nothing at Chelsea. It's completely a knife cut through butter, split divide. People that are buying into this delusion of a model and this process, they're literally, they're a scent of a woman, Al Pacino, brother. Don't know what's going on. I'm in the dark here. I'm in the dark. Do you understand me? Yeah. And then we got the real true supporters that understand, not true support. I don't want to say that the others are not true, but the ones that are not deluded. They're not blind to what's happening at Chelsea. All right.
Exactly.
They're the ones that are like, well, we're not having this. This is a joke. Because when the Chelsea supporters come together, we are a force, mate. We are serious 100%. Minerals, bruv. Yeah.
100%.
We start the Super League. We can do that at 10% and we'll land the minerals and their PR will all fall down. Yeah. It will all fall down. Kanye West, let's have it right. That's what's going to happen. All right. And it's getting close to that point and they're worried. The CLOWNLAKEs are worried because there's no PR that can buy the supporters. They bought them to a certain point, but the supporters are waking up. And this is my point, is that there is no intention from what they're doing that allows builds any trust for us. That makes us want to trust it and believe in it. Therefore, the only thing that they can do is bring Jose Mourinho. Because what Jose Mourinho
100%.
does
unifies everyone.
Unify the supporters, the club. He will eliminate the PR. He will eliminate all this nonsense, and he will gut this team out. And if before it's too late, they need it to come in and go, he's not good enough. I'll break that one. I'll break that one. That kid's not got the minerals. Yeah, I don't care. All right. It's too late. I'm signed to you now. You've signed me as a gaffer. Now I'm gonna have my demands. If they do that, there is some sort of hope and faith
There is, yeah.
That something's changing behind the scenes. All right.
Yep.
I went on Talk Sport, Eunice, you know that. And I said to Cundy, we need to sack the directors and we need to bring an elite gaffer. He said, no, that ship sailed. No, the ship's anchored. All right. And we're sinking anchored right now. And if we do want to sail, we need a Jose Mourinho. We need that elite, that top tier gaffer, no nonsense mentality to lay the foundations and bring us back to where we belong, bruv. That is the only way we can go forward, Eunice. We can't stick with this jellyfish potch right now.
Yep.
Even if he wins tomorrow and he wins an FA Cup, he wins the game against Aston Villa, we're still going to stagnate. Tonight you got Brighton and Wolves. If Brighton win, they go well above us in United. If Wolves win, they go level points with us. That's the kind of position we are. We're a mid-table club.
No, it's true. You're right, and that's the point of. That's one of the reasons why I've said that. Yeah, I want Jose in because, the worst that can happen with Jose at the helm is he exposes everybody.
Come on, bring it.
That's the worst that can happen, right? The worst. The best that can happen is everyone's united. The owners realize what they've done. Now they realize they got an elite manager. They let him get on with it. They give him what he wants, and then we go up and we're plain sailing. Fantastic. The worst is that Jose doesn't get what he wants. He realizes that something's off here. He starts putting two and two together, and then he doesn't just go along with it because it's Jose. He'll blow up. It explode. And the way that he is, and we know him better than the owners know him, right? You best believe we'll be hearing all sorts happening behind the scenes at Chelsea, and it'll be on another level.
He won't allow these clowns in the dressing room, number one. Number two, he won't allow them to dictate what players to play, like they're dictating Santos, 100%. Like they dictated to Jellyfish Potter who to play and this and that. They won't be able to get away with that with Jose, but they have to get the supporters on side. You ain't going to do that as it is now. It ain't happening. You think winning a Carabao Cup is going to do that?
No, exactly. And you already see that the state of the fans at the moment, you've got fans that have clocked like yourself, that's clocked onto what's going on from time. There's fans that are still hopeful. But if you realize now, the ones in the middle are getting larger. It's the ones that are like, I watch Chelsea and it's, but I want us to do well, but I don't feel a connection. You're starting to see more and more people talk about they're losing trust, they're losing connection. They're not feeling the same watching Chelsea like they used to. That's growing. And especially the trust. Now you're getting a lot of fans starting to get onto the point of, I don't quite know where we're going. Like, where are we going? Especially with the injuries that we've got, players coming back from loan, strategies looking mad. And all of a sudden you're getting more and more supporters going, what's the direction here? What are we actually doing? They're beginning to question, what are these owners? What's the plan? And that's getting larger. So
this is a great point you put there, is that supporters, and I, including myself, I feel depressed watching Chelsea right now. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm always buzzing, bruv. The night before, I can't sleep, mate. Yeah? 2 nights before. I'm buzzing to watch Chelsea, buzzing to go to the games, buzzing, even if I can't go to a game and I'm watching it on the box, whatever, I'm buzzing. It's like my whole day's sorted because Chelsea are playing.
Yep.
Like, that's gone the moment you sacked Tuchel. Like, you destroyed us. You gutted us. All right? If Jose comes back, you reignite that, is what I'm saying. Because he instills that. He loves the club more than anyone, man, of any gaffer. He loves the club, right? He's Chelsea. He's Mr. Chelsea when you talk about a gaffer, yeah?
Yep.
And this gaffer will change it. But for me, I feel depressed. It's meant to be my escapism. Sometimes I don't even want to stream Eunice because I'm just tired, bruv. I'm tired. Like, we are worse than Arsenal were all these years already in 18 months. We are worse. 100%. Right?
Yep.
And that's a major concern here.
Yep.
Because we're not Arsenal Football Club. We're the biggest in London. We're Chelsea. And I just feel like I don't know what I'm watching. I don't identify myself with these. I don't recognise the players. There's no chance at the bridge. There's no connection between the gaffer and the supporters. There's no direction of belief that a gaffer's fighting for us, that we're all together. There's no like certain players are not even coming to applaud the supporters. You know, it's so divided. It's dejection all round from top to bottom. And until you change the structure behind, nothing changes. The only ones to blame are the ones at the top that are making the decisions. And this is the product of what they've served up. This is their product. This is their model. This is their PR. Everything they do is them. It's them. It's them. It's not
100%.
Poch. Sack Poch now. Who are you going to bring me? Another hipster manager. Nothing changes. They're controlling Poch. They want someone they can control. Until you bring me an elite gaffer that you can't control, it makes you realise these guys are stepping back where they need to step back and allow the football professionals to do their job. Until that happens, my foot ain't off the accelerator, bruv. Yeah? We're going 180 miles an hour, bruv, in our Lamborghinis, mate. Yeah? We ain't letting go. Yeah? Back the bills, you name it. All right? No. Until that happens and all this changes, that's when we park up, bruv. We chill out. We go and get a Lavazza Super Crema, man. We like a Havana, bruv, and we just relax, bruv, and we enjoy it. Yeah, we're not doing that now.
Yep. No,
we're not doing that. No. You probably got people smoking God knows how many packs a day, bruv, from the depression, man. You got people that watch these games like, and their whole week's ruined, bruv. This whole week's been, even though we won a game, I went on TalkSport and we won a game, Eunice, and I said what I said because the performance was so dire, bruv. It was so poor. If we didn't score that penalty, like, we wouldn't have won that game. And that's my concern.
The same each game.
Yep. The Fulham game was dead. It was shocking. It was so poor. And Fulham haven't won at our ground for how many? I think it was since 72. No, was it 79 or something?
Since the 70s,
ground. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's completely true, man. It's completely true. I'll end with this because I've not got time. I've got.
Cool.
I honestly think that what we're seeing is game by game, and you're noticing that there isn't an increase. It's not automatically just gone straight up in terms of performance. It's still quite low. It's still quite slow. It's still immobile, and that adds more and more and more to the fans that go week in, week out, or the fans that are watching week in, week out. And with time, everything just begins to fizzle. And even if you do get a win here and there, it's like, oh yeah, no, in the moment, great, and then it all just comes down really quickly because you're not convinced. That's the thing. We're not convinced. It's up until when we're convinced we can begin to go, okay, no, we've got something here. We can run with this. We're a long way from that. And honestly, as you've mentioned, Poch is a byproduct of their mentality and the way that they're approaching things.
Facts.
The director is the same.
Facts.
All of that. And now we're in a situation where this is how crazy it is. If you step back and just deep it, we're in a situation where a semi-final in a second leg against Middlesbrough at Stamford Bridge is going to define our season. That's pretty incredible. This should realistically be the sort of game that's on the back burner. Even if it's a Carabao Cup semi-final, it should be on the back burner. You know, and then it's just a bonus, and it's an addition that, yeah, don't worry, we'll get it's Middlesbrough, come on, we'll get rid of them, we'll get to the final, it'll be fine. But we'll have other, as the Arsenal fans have been saying, we'd have bigger fish to fry, wouldn't we? But we ain't got any fish to fry. There's no fish to fry. So
the fish have been polluted by the sewage, the toxic sewage that is in the ocean right now. That's killed anything for you to fish, mate. Yeah.
Yep.
Even their fishing wires ain't even proper, bruv. You know, they're all just snapping, and this is the point. Like they are talking about, you know, being sustainable, having to sell players, and it's the absence of the stadium rebuild. This is due to them implementing a commercial, maximizing profit model above the and their recruitment. And their directors, that's the shambles at Chelsea, is that they're the ones that are leading the ship that is sinking. and you're trying to blame it on the Chelsea pitch owners and, oh, we can't move forward. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting that they will put the blame on anyone but them.
Well,
Because
exactly
they're so egotistical. They're so arrogant. You're full of crap.
And you best believe the CPO would definitely have more, let's say, more best interests at heart than the other side right now. Don't forget, the CPO is a collectible of all sorts of fans, ex-managers, players, all of that all have a share in the CPO. Right? So it's a collective fan-based group that run the freehold of the pitch at Stamford Bridge. Mate, they would want to make sure that we have a solution for the club to move forward, 100%. And for it to be done at Stamford Bridge. So why it's taken so long and why we're as you've said, it's all trying to find the best way out financially, and it's mental.
Because everything on the field's not going to plan as they thought.
Well, exactly, yeah.
We're building a 100-point team. You're a long way from Starbucks. There's no pressure to get top 4 now when there was at the start of the season, but Poch hasn't got the pressure. There's no pressure at Chelsea or the players. It's happy-go-lucky, and let's enjoy our 8-year contracts and live the life at Chelsea and reward them with failure. But the reality is a simple fact that they're saying they need another 2 transfer windows, and that's when they expect to get Champions League. That's phase 4, which means in phase 5, we'll be playing Champions League. All right. And I've seen someone in the comments, big up to you in there or whatever, and writing your opinions and that. And you're saying you'll give them till next year. That's 3 seasons. We'll be so far in the mud by the 3rd season, the way things are going. There'll be no hope of salvaging this or rectifying it, is what I'm trying to stress. We'll be so... The money's all spent.
It'll be too far gone.
It'll be too far gone. They want that because they don't care. They're still going to make money. But the supporters ain't going to be happy. And when you ain't got happy supporters and they're not buying into it because they're not seeing any of this money, it's all going in their pockets in 10 years. What's that good for us supporting, paying all our money? If we're not seeing any end product, we're not seeing any winning titles or trophies. It's like aim at a game of this sport is to win. You know, we got the worst defensive record, mate, right now for me. We are shambles defensively. Yeah. All right. And you're still not going out there. You're going, oh, we're going to buy some defenders. What, a 20-year-old, another 20-year-old? Are you joking me right now? Yeah. You're looking at 14-year-old Argentinians now. That's going to solve the problem. You need to deal with it now to allow you to get to your future process and plan.
Exactly.
If you don't do that, then you're dead and buried. They've got no understanding, no comprehension or understanding of football. All right. They've neglected how it should be done because they're not interested in how it should be done in football terms. All right. There's a balance in between, and they don't give a toss about the balance. It's our way or the highway. Yeah. Well, you're David Lynch highway, mate. Yeah. And you've seen David Lynch's films. They're a bit screw loose, mate. Yeah. Well, that's what they are upstairs, a screw loose, mate. Yeah. And it ain't blockbuster Hollywood, mate. This is embarrassing, bruv. Yeah. This is like you switch on Channel 5 at like 4 a.m. It's some dead program on, bruv. Yeah? It's not even prime time. Yeah.
Oh, mate, for sure. You're completely right, man. Those times on those channels can get really weird. But yeah, mate. No, you're completely right. As I said, I'll end with this because I'm going to head off. I have to shoot. So thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Shout out to everyone in the chat. But yeah, it can't be left too late, and that's why. I've seen it for the way that I've seen it, and I've gone, okay, it's got to be now. Because if it's not now, and it's allowed to continue for a 3rd season, we will be officially mid-table. Like, that's it. We will be there with Palace. We will be that sort of club. And then to try and get yourself all the way back up again, be starting from 0. So whilst we've still got some time and resource, we got to start moving now if we're serious. But there's the whole doubt. So we'll see. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Obviously, and what the fallout of that and the cup game against Villa is going to be. And then we can take it from there. But Yeah, that's basically it on my end. And cheers for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Pleasure, Eunice. You shoot off, bruv. I'll round it up and that. Respect to you coming on. Make sure you like and subscribe to Eunice's latest uploads in his channel, guys. Yeah, and respect and put your comments in there as well. Show your support, and we
Cheers,
move,
mate.
bruv. And we keep fighting for the Chelsea. You know what I'm saying?
100.
That's what it's for.
100. Absolutely.
For.
Nice one.
All right.
Nice one, mate. Catch you soon.
Speak to you in a bit. We'll hopefully
nice
tomorrow we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. We'll keep in touch. See what happens after the game.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Nice one. See you in a bit.
Let's go. Guys, respect to everyone, man. Listen, I want to quickly round up a few things. You're not wrong, Nick Smith. Yeah, we're going to have next year. We'll probably have social services putting an investigation on us. Forget FFP, bruv. You're not wrong, my geezer. And we got ratfish galore at Chelsea Football Club. And anyone who knows what a ratfish is, bruv, yeah, poison snake can grow up to 5.5 feet. I had one of them live on stream when I was on holiday, mate. It was about 2 feet behind me, all right? And it was a baby one, yeah? God knows how it got there. Don't know. Brown envelopes are sending them from the ocean, bruv. But it is what it is. But big up to Eunice, Stone Island Minerals, bruv. Let's have it right. Stone Island Eunice landed it. Respect to everyone in here. I want to stress, yeah, we've got a massive game tomorrow, and we have to go out there and we have to believe that we can win. That's all we do as we support Chelsea, is that we just want to win games. But as far as I'm concerned, nothing's changing. Whether we win or lose that game tomorrow, it's still the same situation behind the scenes, bruv. It will always be that, and that's the reality. Do you know what I'm saying? There is no excuses to not beat Middlesbrough tomorrow. Against Aston Villa, I can understand it's a tougher opponent, and they've beaten us at the Bridge back-to-back now, last season and this season. So, you know, that one, you don't know, because that's Premier League opposition. This is Championship level with 11 injuries. There's no excuse for us to not go out there and land the minerals and win the game and get in that final, and more than likely play Liverpool, which is going to be a bundle of laughs, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, guys. I'm just like, people need to research AI. They need to the AI scouting. Go on the website and research that, because that's what we're buying players with. And the fact that we're buying these players and we're building on the focuses commercial and monetization and increasing value of the business. That's the focus. That's what we're assembling our team with. And we've got loan players coming back who can't even make it at their loan clubs because they're just not cutting it. They're just not good enough. All right. So that tells you everything about the recruitment, and the directors we have at our football club are a shambles, mate. And that's the reality of the situation, bro. Yeah, it's the reality of the situation. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, look, I think the first goal is the most important thing, which I said with Eunice. If we get the first goal, I think we can kick on and we can win the game. If they get the first goal, it's going to be anxious. It's going to be, you know, I don't know what to expect anymore with Chelsea. Like, I go into every game believing we can win. The reality is we don't always get the results that we want because we're just not really there. The balance ain't there. And I wanted to make this point, all right? Why is it Postecoglou, Andrew Roux himself, Lego Head Merchant, what's his name? Tommy T even, when they come to the clubs, you can see patterns of play. You can see an identity being imprinted on the team, even without their own players. Yeah. Pochettino's imprint, where is it? There ain't none. And anyone who saw his press conference was 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Very sharp, very quick. Well done, Gaffer. Didn't say anything stupid like he did last time. All right. But that's concerning, mate. Yeah. It's concerning. We need to enjoy the semi-final and all that. You didn't say that. We just need to embrace it because Chelsea, you know, just a badge and the history of Chelsea isn't what we are, the reality now. I mean, it's embarrassing. Yeah, it's embarrassing, the mentality. So it is what it is. But guys, make sure you smash the piece of the like button, you hit the subscribe button, you put all your comments down below, and make sure you go and see the previous video, previous stream, and the TalkSport video as well, guys. If you haven't already, it's on my platform, and go and support Eunice as well, guys. respect to everyone. Before I go, I want to read out Total Football. He says, if Man United start doing well again, I'll lose it. Imagine the connection Omar has in the market. Sir Jim means business and he wants to win simple. And this is the reality at Chelsea, is that we've got amateurs, non-footballing brains going and doing negotiations where they've already tarnished their reputation behind the scenes, where everyone's laughing at them, calling them clowns. Paul and Stanley couldn't even negotiate a mobile phone contract. That goes for Stuart Little as well, and probably goes for Ted Lasso Bolin's Siri merchant. Let's have it right, yeah? Whereas these guys, he's come in 5 minutes and he's brought in top-notch, yeah? Proven pedigree, got all the links, all the ties, all the network, understands the blueprint, the structure. They're going to implement United. United are going to be a dangerous force, mate. Yeah, let's have it right. And if they do sack Ten Hag and Thomas Tuchel gets the sack at Bayern Munich, you know what time it is. You know Thomas Tuchel's going to go to Manchester United. And even if they get Jellyfish Potter at Man United, I guarantee you, just like the Glazers don't go in and out the dressing room, don't even attend games, all right? And they're the worst owners, yeah, all right? 18 years the Glazers have been in charge, all right? And they've done damage to United. They brought in this Sir Jim Ratcliffe now, who's part ownership, whatever. All right. Chelsea's CLOWNLAKEs in 18 months have sabotaged us and we're still below Man United. That tells you everything you need to know, that these clowns that we've got at Chelsea Football Club are the worst in football history, and they are the worst. They are worse than the Glazers. That's where you've got to be concerned and understanding drinking their minerals, bro. Big up to F1 fan, CFC 1905. He says, big up, Johnny. The owners have gutted us out, taking out all the experienced winners, bringing in these inexperienced kids. These clowns don't have a clue. And you're not wrong, my geezer. They are absolutely clueless. They're a long way from Starbucks. They're a long way from Lavazza Super Crema, mate. Are they a long way from Hollywood? They seem to love Hollywood and all that jazz and all the antics at Hollywood. Nah, let's keep that away from Chelsea Football Club. Yeah, we're not Hollywood. Yeah, we're the elite, biggest club in London. We are Chelsea Football Club. So have it right. 2 stars, we see things they'll never see. Yeah, always. Big up to you for landing Super Minerals there. Respect to all my Minerals FC Ultras. Everyone, love to everyone. Stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow after the game. We'll land some minerals there, depending on the results. Like I say, guys, put your comments down below, and respect to everyone supporting the channel, and supporting me, supporting Eunice, bruv. Doesn't go unnoticed, guys. Yeah, keep landing your minerals on social media as well. It's very important. Big up to Michael, Chelsea, my member. He says, go and see Johnny's TalkSport interview. Really lands it on the wrong ends of the game. Respect to you, bruv. Yeah, respect to everyone. Yeah. Like I say, we were used to shopping in Harrods. We would go and get the creme de la creme, all right, in every department at a football club. Now we are at Primark, and that's what we are doing, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. And that needs to change. And we need to bring back the Harrods of this world, bruv. Yeah. We need to bring back serious mentality and eliteness at our football club. Otherwise, we're going to be further and further down in the mud. And that's the true narrative. That's the true message. There was one more thing I wanted to say, which is you get bangers and mash PR waffle like this. All right. I'll read it out to you. Chelsea could easily raise 150 million from transfers in the summer. Lukaku 35 million, Broha 30 million, Maatsen 35 million, Chalobah 15 million, Hall 30 million, Kepa 10 million, and Cucurella 20 million. And that's all to buy Osimhen, is it? And that's going to solve all our problems because we can't convert our chances. You're a long way from Starbucks Super Crema, mate. Yeah, let's have it right. Yeah. All right. Lukaku should have been a priority when they first walked through the door and they still couldn't sell him. So, yeah, don't know where you're selling the cement boot rat. Broha, Maatsen, Chalobah, Hall, and let's not forget Gallagher are all cob and pure profit, bruv. Yeah. And Kepa, T-Rex arms, you ain't selling him for nothing, mate. Where are you going to sell him? Real Madrid want to get rid of him, bruv. Let's have it right. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. This is the bangers and mash waffle that they think 150 million is going to save our football club. Let's have it right. Big up to AZ Talk Sport Call, already your most watched video. It is on their platform. Yeah, I think it's going to get close to 100k views on the Talk Sport platform. On my platform, I've had, I think, 20k views on the Mason Mount. I've had other views, 15ks and all that. That's not the highest for my platform, but on their platform, for me personally, almost 100k on that. Madness, bruv. The narrative, the true narrative is getting pushed out, and that's the most important thing, bruv. Yeah? Respect to everyone now. Respect to everyone. Love to everyone. Stay healthy, all right? Get in the gym. Be active. Don't be a couch vegetable, bruv. Yeah? Do what you need to do. Stay positive. Stay with your loved ones. Enjoy life day by day. Life's the most important thing, guys, yeah? And Chelsea, we just need to keep pushing the truth and the true narrative. Let's have it right, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's have it right. We need to do that. Yeah. Oh, that's not a stream. Yeah, big up, I get you. I get you, my geezer. I get you, my geezer. Respect to everyone. As always, guys. Yeah. Up the Chelsea, up Mills FC. Put your comments down below. We move.